Alright, in this video I'm going to show you how we can apply the same macro for multiple tabs in Google Sheets. So I have this file, this summary tab I'm actually not going to touch, but I have all these month tabs and basically I have some data in each one of them. So what I want to do, I want to just go to one of these tabs, record a quick macro to restructure things, and then apply that same for all of these so I can get this done. So I'm going to go under tools, and here I'm going to go under macros. I'm going to click record macro. This thing is going to show up. So what I'm going to do, I want to move things out of the way here. So I'm going to select these right here. I'm going to cut that, and I'm going to go here someplace on the right and paste that right there. Command V, because I don't want to deal with this. And then I'm going to select this. I'm going to also cut that with Command X. Go here, Command V for that one as well. So cut and paste over here. I then want to move all of this above so it starts on top. So I'm going to click in this first one up here. And then I'm going to do Control Shift right down or Command Shift right down, depending if you're on a Mac or Windows or other platform. And then I'm going to do again Command X to cut this, or Control X, then go here and paste. So that brings everything where I need it to be. I'm also just going to add a little borders here for this one. So I'm going to select this, go here, add some borders for this entire area, and click on the left corner cell, and that should get it redone the way I need it. So I just wanted to reformat this whole thing this way. I'm going to go ahead and save this macro. I'm going to go here and hit save. Now I need some kind of name for this macro, so I'm going to call it reformat data. Hit save. That should hopefully save all the steps I did on this tab. So I'm going to click edit script. That should open the script that was generated using this macro. So there it is. See, we have this macros.js, and this is that reformat data macro, and as you can see, basically these are the steps it's doing. It goes to just G1 cell, it moves it here, then it goes to this other one, basically all the steps. Now first, the thing I want to do, I want to make sure that this macro works well when I run it on a different tab. So I'm going to go here and go to February, this one, and try to rerun the same thing to see what happens. So I'm going to go here under tools. I'm going to find macros, and this one was called reformat data. I'm going to run this. So we need to give this permission. Continue. I'm going to click on this, to this, to this, allow. So that seems to work just fine. So it moved everything well. So let's try to apply it for all of these other tabs. So I'm going to go here to the script. I'm going to leave this alone and create a new function here. I'm going to remove that from there. That's semicolon. We don't need it. I'm going to do a function. I'm going to call it do for all tabs. That will be the name of this new function. Now in this function, we have to create a loop to go through all the tabs in our spreadsheet. So first, what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this line to get the spreadsheet and paste it right there. So that's going to get the spreadsheet. So in the spreadsheet dot, we can do get sheets. And what it's going to do, it's going to return an array of sheets. I'm going to save that to a variable. I'm going to say var all sheets equals to this. So that's going to be an array. And because it's an array, we should be able to loop through this. So I'm going to take that all sheets and do for each loop. And this will take a callback function, semicolon here. And that function will accept a parameter. We'll call it sheet. Now each one of these will have its properties. So here when I do the dot, see, it's not showing me the properties, but I can kind of figure them out by doing a trick here. By doing the 0 being the first worksheet here, and that should show me what are the available options for this. So what I want to do, I want to basically just activate it. So to go to that particular worksheet. So that should activate, meaning go to that tab. Another thing I want to do other than activating it, I want to only have this done for all of these tabs, but not for summary ones. So I want to check if it's summary, let's not do it. Now let's check how we can get that here. So if we do get sheet name, see that gives us the name of the tab. So here we'll do an if statement. We'll say if, and wrap this whole thing in this brackets right here. So I'll do if the name, this should be sheet first, the name of that worksheet is not equal to summary, then I want to do this. I want to activate the tab. So once we activate the tab, the next thing we want to do, we want to actually run all those things we were running before. So that's going to be this function that's called now reformat data, which is that macro. I'm going to copy that and paste it there to run that macro when this tab is activated. So I'm going to save this. This is good. Now I'm going to have to run this one. So I'm going to switch this to do for all tabs. I don't need this. I need to get rid of that line. That's actually incorrect. Save it. So basically, long story short, what we're doing here, we're getting our spreadsheet here. In our spreadsheet, we'll get all of the worksheets. Then we're looping through all of the worksheet. And each time we'll loop through that, we get this variable sheet, which is the current worksheet. And we check if the name is not summary. We're going to go to that particular worksheet by activating, meaning it's similar to me going here and clicking on this. And then run this, which is that macro that was generated by the recorder, which might have some issues in it, but we'll address it if we have to. So I'm going to go here and just run this code. So that's done. Let me go and check what happened. So see, because we ran the macro, it went through all the tabs. Now we're in the last one, December. Okay, I think it was still working on it because it wasn't showing me what happened but for a second, but now it updated it. That was weird. So it may take some time apparently. So apparently what happened is because I already did it for this few like January and February, that whole process happened again. So I probably would have to just undo this until I get to the point where nothing was done. So now this is the beginning. This is where I started recording it to do this for January, February. Now I did undo to bring this whole thing back. So I'm going to go and run that macro again. So do for all tabs, run. And now, if we go here, that should be done for all of them. So summary, we shouldn't touch that because we skipped it in here in our code. For the rest of it, we should have it all moved over. See, that's that. This is this. That looks good. So that did what it was supposed to do, and that's it. So this is what we need to run through all the tabs, and whatever is going to happen here. That's where we'll loop through all of them. One thing I've noticed in this particular macro when I was going through this is that it hard-coded this range when I was moving it, even though I did that command shift right down. It did it here, it recorded it correctly. But this part, it recorded like hard-coded A6 through C19. So it worked for this data sample, but it could potentially have a problem. Let me just undo this whole thing to explain you what I mean by that. So one of the steps that I've recorded in my macro, I went here and I did Control Shift right down to select this, and that recorded A6 through C19 to select the range. And here, that's what it recorded, A6 through C19. And that's the range it's moving. So the problem with that is that if we had more, see, this one actually worked because it goes through C19 and that includes it because they're less, and there are less here too. But if our data was longer and it was like this, what would happen if I ran this same code? It would just copy that top part of it. So just let me just do this. Okay, so let me go here. So this is January, that's fine. If I go to February, see, there is that part that stayed below because it was longer than the range that was selected. Now you could obviously just select longer range. That would be one solution instead of selecting that. But we can also modify the code so it's more dynamic, so it goes until the end of the range instead of going to wherever it was going. And that should be a fairly simple modification here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here, see where it says A6 through C19. I want to replace that 19 with a number that's going to be the last row. So the way I'm going to do that, on top here on this macro, I'm going to add a variable. I'm going to call it var lr for last row. I'm going to take that spreadsheet variable. In that, I'm going to get the active sheet, and I'm going to get the last row. That should get us the last row. LR should be the variable that should get us the last row. And now what I can do, I can go here and replace this 19, which is hard-coded, remove that, and concatenate that last row to it. So I'm removing that end reference for this range, and I'm adding that last row here, which should just dynamically create A6 through C, whatever the last row is in that particular spreadsheet. So with this, if I go ahead and save this, I'm going to go back to this bottom one and run this macro. Before I do that, let me make sure I have that extra stuff, because when I was undoing it, see, I did too many undos and that's gone. So I'm going to add some more so we can test this. Go back and rerun this thing. So do for all tabs, run the macro. That seems to be done. Let's go and take a look. This is still working on it. So I'm going to go under here. See, this is January. We're fine. February. And now see, we don't have that happening because we're able to get the last row dynamically and modify that in our script. And that covers what I wanted to cover here. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe. And I'll see you in the next video.